Welcome back, YouTube. So I wanted to take a little different tone in this video because I know a lot of the sentiment around the market right now is, are we bullish? Are we going to the moon? And I made a number of posts today, even with the title of this video, just to kind of put things into perspective, because I know a lot of times when you have like influencers and then, even in this case, the Federal Reserve, which are basically declaring victory over inflation and saying that we're going to be at 0.25 by the end of the year without any hard evidence. I know that sometimes it can be confusing or even misleading without taking a proper look at things. And even if you see the prices fluctuate or see these little bumps in prices and stuff like that, it can give you the illusion that all is well, even though it potentially can not be the case. So as you know by the title of this video, I titled it High Inflation plus Negative GDP Equals Bullish. And that's really the sentiment of the market that we're looking at right now. And I want to start this by taking a look at Bitcoin, because I know that this has been like a really big catalyst for saying that the market is in a reversal or it's to the moon. The reversal numbers that I have here is around 28,000. That will be when that gap down is filled up. And we can say, okay, this is a reverse trend. But I want to point out that this sideways movement and even this price action, this bump up by several $1,000s, this is something that we've seen before. And we're going to take a broader look here at the chart so that I can make the case why, in addition to the high inflation and negative GDP numbers, I can make the case here off of recent history that this is not an indicator until we hit like around that $28,000, $30,000 mark of a trend reversal. This is not, in fact, something that we haven't seen before. So if we take a look here, this is going to be between the period around like May. You'll see that we had this. Well, even, as a matter of fact, we can go back even further to around April. You'll see that we had the point of where we had this little breakdown here. We broke down below our 72 50-day moving average, and we got some consolidation here at around 39,000, right? And we pretty much went sideways. It looks like we were getting some support here around the 39.78 range, and then we got that breakdown. And then we found support at 29,000. So literally, this is a $10,000 drop, right? Remember this number, 10 grand to 29,000, right? So from 39 to 29, right? And we literally repeated the process. So we found support around the $28,000, $29,000 range, went sideways, broke apex, dropped to what? Around $18,000, $19,000. What is that? That's another $10,000 drop. And what did we do? We repeated the process. We're in the process of repeating the process again. So we are literally getting this sideways. We're having this uptick. And just so you know, we had a little flash crash, got a rejection at around 25, but we ultimately climbed before the next breakdown back up to around 31,600, right? So we fluctuated in that same $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 range like we're doing right now. And then we got that drop down by another 10 grand. Now, this is why historically we'll say that, oh, what's the numbers? Around that 85% range. That will actually put Bitcoin at around like 10,000, like 200 or so, if we do fulfill history based off of that historical correct percentage. So what does that mean? That means that it is within the realm of possibility for us to repeat this process for the third time and get another drop of $10,000. And this is literally the cycle that we're on. We see this cycle twice here. Literally, we have 1, 2, and we're pretty much within the realm here. So which means that before apex, I have to finish this off, but before apex, we should see a breakdown here. And I'm not saying that it's impossible for us to fill this gap up and start a trend reversal. But what I'm saying is the tone of the market and the macros of the market does not align with a bull run right now. You see that the White House, the Federal Reserve, they're tiptoeing around the definition of what a recession is, and we're going to use the job market when we know that the job market is a lagging indicator, and they'll say, oh, okay, well, this is bullish, and we have. At the next Federal Reserve meeting, we're expecting it to come in at around 0.50, and by the end of the year, we're going to be down to 0.25. Well, we're going to find out, because we're going to have hard evidence by the time of the next Federal meeting. The next Federal Reserve meeting is in September, and that's after our September CPI number. So we're going to get 2 sets of CPI numbers, August and September, for our numbers at the end of for the numbers for the September meeting. So we're going to have very concrete evidence to see if we're going to have positive GDP growth and if inflation rates are coming down. We're going to have two sets. So this will be our evidence here to say that, oh, at least we're trending in the right direction. But as of right now, this is why I said this is crazy, because a year ago, they were saying that there was no inflation and inflation was transitory, like literally a year ago this time. And this is why I'm very doubtful when it comes down to what Powell and the Federal Reserve says, because they honestly believed, based off of their statements, that they would have printed all the money for COVID and PPP loans and the bonus for food stamps and the bonus for unemployment and the stimulus checks and just all this money. They honestly believe that they were going to print that much money with little to no consequences. So, and then it's the transitory inflation is good, and the fact that they've been swinging and missing every month on inflation for just for pretty much this whole year. This is 8 consecutive times they got it wrong. So maybe the 9th time is the charm, right? So really just depends on like your outlook and if you wanted to trust them right now. I personally don't. I'm looking for at least some evidence here. I'm going to at least need at least a month of GDP going in the right direction, at least a month of the inflation going in the right direction. But as of right now, we're beating expectations. We came in at 0.9%, negative 0.9% inflation. They were expecting 0.3% positive growth. So this is literally missing by over a point from their expectations. So we're going to have more of an open mind here when it comes down to the tone of the market and really take a deeper look as far as what's going on, because they're choosing their words very carefully to try and not rug pull the market, but the macros do not align. That is my sentiment on the market. Please be careful. And I will say that I do believe that you can't time the bottom, right? But I do believe that the prices that we're seeing right now, whether that be for Bitcoin or some of the top 5 stocks and stuff like that, I do believe that these stocks are great entries. I do believe these prices are great, but I do believe that window to get even better prices is open, right? I believe that window exists and it's still there. And until we have evidence of a reversal, then it hasn't closed yet, right? So take a look here at the chart, run the numbers for yourself. And this is one of the reasons why I'm weary and I'm not really buying this $23,000 hype just yet. I'm going to need to see some sustained growth here and ultimately to the higher side versus this few $1,000 pump. Because as you can see, based off of the charts, we have seen this before. So be careful, everyone. If you're looking to get your crypto off of the exchanges, check out Ledger. I have an affiliate link in the description section so that your crypto can't be shorted. And if you want extra money for your portfolio that you don't want lended out to hedge funds and stuff like that, Moomoo does not do payment for order flow, and I have an affiliate link for them in the description, and you can get 10 free stocks by depositing any amount. I hope this information finds you well. Subscribe to the channel for more, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good night.